Good morning again, and we'll continue with the chapter 14. Till now, we have gone through the different forms of relief feature. First one was northern mountainous region, then Great Northern Plains, and then Peninsula Plateau. Now we'll come to the point. Coastal plains. You have to open your books. You have to read the lesson nicely, and keep your finger where I am reading it and explaining you. Page 109. Now coastal plains, plains along the sea coast. See, Daman is a coastal plain, right? Daman comes in the coastal plain, right? Because the plains along the sea coast, यानी जो सारी समुंदर का किनारा है उसके पास के जो plains है उसको coastal plains कहते हैं. Now Peninsula Plateau is surrounded by the narrow belt of plains from Kutch to Orissa, Kutch in Gujarat and Orissa to the eastern part of India. It is divided into western and eastern coastal plains. The west coast plain is spread from Gujarat to Kerala, except in Gujarat the plain is mostly narrow. It is very much undulating and is known as Malabar coast to the south of Goa, it is called as Malabar coast to the south of Goa. West coast rivers have developed creeks at their estuaries. वहाँ पे क्रीक्स हो गई है. कोस्ट रिवर्स जो है जो भी किनारे पर है समुंदर के कोस्ट में, they have developed creeks at their estuaries. Most of these creeks are submerged valleys under river water. Like they are submerged valleys under the river water. These are formed due to the emergence of sea shore. सारे समुंदर के किनारे, इसीलिए ये valleys under the sea water हैं. It provides favorable conditions for fishery. There are many natural ports on the western coast, which includes Mumbai and Marmagua. Backwaters have developed along the southern coast of Kerala and these are known as Kayal. See, backwaters means समुंदर के अलग से backwaters developed हो गया. कहाँ पे? Southern coast of Kerala, or it is known as Kayal in the local language. East coast plain is much broader than the west coast plain. That means west coast plain is little narrower, but east coast plain is more broader. There is substantial alluvial deposit in the deltas of Kaveri, Krishna, Godavari and Mahanadi. Its northern coast is known as North Sirkar coast and the Tamil Nadu coast is known as Coromandel coast. Remember what I said, Malabar coast is in the western side of India and this northern coast, which is called in Tamil Nadu, is known as Coromandel coast, and in the northern coast it is known as North Sirkar coast. Now we'll see the archipelagos. Archipelagos are Andaman, Nicobar and Lakshadweep. These are the major archipelagos among them. There are many islands in Lakshadweep and these are located in some distance off Kerala coast. That means Lakshadweep, they are in this Lakshadweep and Andaman Nicobar. There are many islands. And where is the Lakshadweep? It is off means Kerala side it is. These islands have horseshoe shape. Such coral islands are all called as atolls. Andaman Nicobar Islands are situated in Bay of Bengal. And of course, Lakshadweep is in Arabian Sea. Here the number of islands is also more and 3 are situated very far from Indian coast. There are few mountain ranges, some of which are formed due to the volcanic activity. These islands are spread over 350 kilometers and have a strategic importance. Thus, there are diversity in the physical features of India. All of them have important contribution in the progress of nation and are useful in the forest resources. Northern fertile plains are also called as storehouse of grains. Southern Plateau is rich in many mineral resources which has enhanced the national progress. Many rivers with large volume of water originate in the northern mountainous region, which is also known as variety of forest resources. So what we have concluded here, these different physiography gives us a resources. Forest resources is there, northern fertile plain, is called as storehouse of grains. Southern plateau is rich in mineral, and also many rivers which having a large volume of water originate in the northern mountainous region, which is known as giving you a forest resources. Now comes the minerals. Now see, rock. Rocks are here. Categories are being given: igneous rock, stratified rock, and metamorphic rock. Now, what is actually the rock? Rock is a composite matter which is made up of one and more minerals. They are hard as well as soft. They are porous or non-porous. They can be a light in weight or heavy in weight. Various types of rocks are found due to different process, and they are divided into three categories which I told you all just now: igneous rock, stratified rock, and metamorphic rock. Now we'll study one by one. Igneous rock. Igneous rock is what? Why it is called igneous rock? Because due to intense heat in the interior of the earth has formed this rock. And this interior of the earth remains very hot due to this heat. So the matter here is in a semi-liquid state, which is called as magma. Eventually, when this magma cools down, rocks are formed. These rocks are formed due to the heat of the inside the earth. Hence, these are called igneous, Agni rock. Agni means Agni. In the formation of the crust of the earth, these rocks were found earliest. So, these are called primary rocks. At many places in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and southern peninsula in India, such rocks are formed. And which are the best example of this is granite. Basalt is also a type of igneous rock. Next comes the stratified rock. Stratified is what you know. These rocks, igneous rocks, they disintegrate due to the collective effect of water and other forces. ऑलरेडी जो igneous rock है वो फिर से disintegrate होते हैं because of the collection of water and other forces, and these are known as sedimentary rocks. The broken rock material is constantly deposited in water and they form the layer. Thus, rock material is deposited into different layers. The upper layer exerts pressure on the layer of the underlying rocks, which are formed initially and lying at the bottom, and eventually they are forming a different layer. And these are called, that is why it is called as stratified rocks. Which are the examples? Gypsum, limestone, and coal. Coal and gypsum are obtained from Bihar and Jharkhand states. The third category is metamorphic. Now, some condition, peculiar condition. The form, the composition, and other characteristics of rocks are totally changed. Their composition and some other characteristics of these two rocks. And then, due to the combined effect of the two factors, high temperature and also the pressure of rock strata, these rocks, the above which we have studied, igneous and sedimentary rocks, change into another form, a new form, and this new form is called as metamorphic rock. And which are the examples of this? Marble and quartzite, and they are available in Rajasthan. Now we'll go to the next point, mineral. Mineral is what? It's a matter which is formed due to the natural, organic or inorganic process and has a specific chemical composition. It is being formed due to natural, organic or inorganic process and with the specific chemical composition. Minerals are available from the interior of the earth in solid, liquid and gaseous forms. All the minerals which are formed, which we are getting it is from the interior of the earth, and they are in different forms: solid, liquid and gaseous. Minerals depend on the geological structure of the surface of the earth. Minerals कहाँ से मिलते हैं? It depends on the geological structure of the earth. Minerals such as iron, copper, nickel, gold, silver are found in the igneous rocks. Coal, mineral oil and natural gas are available from the stratified rock, while other marble, diamond and etc. are formed in the metamorphic rock. You have to remember this and you have to note it down. When the question is being asked to you what is mineral, define mineral, then you have to write full this paragraph. And next is classification. So in this classification we'll see in our routine life we are almost using directly or indirectly 200 types of minerals. And here the classification is given: metallic, non-metallic and energy resources. In metallic comes precious metallic minerals like gold, silver, platinum, etc. Light metallic comes magnesium, bauxite, titanium. This is also one of your answer. Please note down. Minerals of general use are iron, copper, lead, zinc, tin, nickel, etc. Minerals which are used as alloys: chromium, manganese, tungsten, vanadium, etc. Non-metallic minerals are limestone, chalk, asbestos, mica, fluorspar, gypsum, sulfur, diamond, etc. And energy is coal, mineral oil, natural gas, uranium, thorium, etc. And these are the serial names of the minerals and different states where they are found. Is that okay? We'll continue in our next part about soil.